Hi, welcome everyone. This is a show on Reinvent Yourself, a talk show where we talk to people from different walks of life, learning about their story, getting inspiration from their story as they have reinvented their life and transformed themselves. Today, in that series, we're going to be talking to Ramya, a yoga therapist and an instructor, and talk to her about her journey of transformation and impact. Over to you, Ramya. Please give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Hi, Anu. As many of you who have joined here know, myself and Anu are school friends, and I'm happy to be a part of this association that's happening now. Reinventing is a very big word and a a great word in my life. As most of you join may know me, always bubbly, talkative, running around, having fun has been my mantra all throughout, and still now also. Uh, After my college days, yes, I did my Bachelor's of Commerce from MOP Vaishnav. Simultaneously, I also pursued my ICWAI and ACS. Could completed my inter then. Post which I did my master's in human resource management, and also I did my diploma in business administration from Symbiosis. All this was happening, and once I immediately finished, I got into a corporate world, a Parryware. I was working as a CRM for Parryware company, the sanitary wares department I was with. um, it was a very hectic job and a run through life. For me, a person who was always running around with fun and things like that, suddenly a serious mode of corporate life was too much for me. I really found it a little difficult, though no, the environment was good. I had a very good partners with me. Still, it was a very difficult journey for me. I mean, I could not cherish the corporate life at all. I really couldn't do it. After which, I got married and got into the samsara, as everyone knows, the samsara chakra, which overtook me. I took a break from this corporate, and I thought I wanted a very peaceful, calm way of life, and not settle for something very less as well. I want to do something good for the self, and also wanted to do good for others. Then came this path of yoga. As many of you know and or may not know as well, I've been learning yoga right from my childhood also. But I took a break in between. Yes, schooling, college, all that was. I took a small break. So I thought I should take up this yoga as my journey, and also wanted to have some kind of a philosophical thought towards it. Yoga simply, many people think it's just asana, arm movement, a physical movement, breathing, pranayama, all that. More than that, it also takes one person to a very spiritual level, also a very philosophical way of thinking, rather. Take it easy, rather, is one important mantra of yoga. As I feel, at least I feel, I could take things very easily, though there were lots of challenges that I faced after 2002. A lot of challenges. My health, I had a fall during in the year of 2002. I had a small fracture in my spine. I was almost all very for me to move out of the bed or to walk few steps itself was a challenge. 10 steps was a challenge. I used to walk with a tripod. Then this yoga as a tool helped me a lot. I also took some other therapies, also sports therapy as well, which also is it's more like a yoga therapy only, which healed me. But it took 6 long years for me to heal. 6 long years, and this in this journey, one person who was support, no, was a great support to me was my husband, Prasad. Um, Such a wonderful person, a great partner to me. God blessed person. Still today, he is a great support to me in my journey. Uh, he
Excellent.
supported me so much. The 6 long years of recovery, uh, not one single day he has told me, "Why are you like this? ஏன் இப்படி படுத்துன்னு இருக்க?" அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு வார்த்தை இஸ் நெவர் டோல்ட் மீ. He would simply come with me, take me to any possible therapy, any possible X-ray, any possible scan, any doctor, whoever tells me, we will go do that. But then, yes, this yoga was a very good change for me, mentally, physically. It brought in lots of positive change in my life. Um,
Excellent. Excellent. Very nice, Ramya. I think even as a start, you kind of made a great impact in giving us what to say, a story, a part of your life, and how, like, different people around, and specifically your life partner has helped you in terms of making this journey. Because that was always my question, as always. I think I was having it down the line to say, how was the family support? Because that's important when you're looking to kind of reinvent yourself. So you gave me a great start, but I'm going to kind of go to the next question. And I think you have answered it in parts, but let me get to that and hear your story more. So, yeah, so this was my question, and you kind of answered it, how you move from corporate to yoga. So, is there any one moment? I know there's been a journey, but is there one moment that kind of made you choose this transition to yoga? Is it like, uh, was it like the fall that you were talking about, or was it anything specific, or was it a series of moments?
Yeah, there are many series of moments. There cannot be one moment. That's what I told you. It's a 6 long journey which made this decision as a very conscious decision also. It's not only my husband here, it's my in-laws as well as my parents' support to me, and more specifically my mentor and my friends, very good friends of mine, who always used to tell me, "Now I think you have to change, you have to do something." And my children, more they were very young, 4 years, 7 years, two boys for me, blessed with two wonderful children. They were at that age, they used to help me a lot, be a support. This yoga helped me calm down mentally, more than anything. The mental trauma was completely, clouding my mind. The anxiety, all that which I used to feel, was no more there after this yoga as a tool came to me. I think then I thought, yes, this should be a conscious decision, and I took this, and I started learning and studying about this. I took a formal education, so that yoga is just not, going to a 200-hour program and just go about, take a care seeker and give them a course, or take them a group, give them a course. No, it doesn't work. The place where I learned was Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, the most prestigious place all around the globe. So that place where I learned is, no, I'm always, we always say, guru's advice is the supreme. So here, for me, they made a lot of change in me. This education, yoga teacher therapy program brought lots of change in me. We not only study yoga, we have around 12 papers that we took up. Ayurveda was one of the paper. Yoga philosophy was a very important paper. Then came up, how the anatomy plays an important role in yoga. There were many such papers. So it is not randomly going into a topic, or randomly choosing a care seeker and giving them a course. So that, I think, that was that no moment which made me take this conscious decision. Yes, when I could heal myself, why not I take this as a tool and help others also? It
Excellent.
also helps me feel very, self motivated. I'm self independent as well through this career.
Excellent, excellent. I see that, how you have said that if it is healing me, if I'm seeing the benefit, this is as a career, is if I'm going to share this benefit to others, that's going to be great. I think that's a very, very positive spin. People would generally take it like, okay, it's helped me. I'm good. Now let me go ahead and do that. But taking it one step forward to do that for others, excellent, excellent. Tell us a little bit before about your starting path. How easy was it to start and train in yoga? Like, as a, I know you were interested in yoga early as a child, but to take up after a fall, and then taking it up as a career and then training for it and your certifications, can you tell a little bit more about it?
Yes, yeah. The childhood passion was always there, and both my in-laws and my parents, they are very spiritual people. They are very into this system of Vedas, God belief, culture, and all that. So yoga is also a tool that way. For me, at least, I felt it was a tool which could, heal my mind, heal my body also. So that way, then came up this program of yoga teacher training program, which was a God sent program for me. Actually, it is not easy. It was like a typical, any entrance exam that we had. We went, we wrote. One of my friend also came with me. She wrote, she did not get selected. And I still remember one of the questions was, what is the importance of guru? What do you think is the importance of guru in your life? So, with all that, which I strongly believe guru is everything and always the supreme. I think that question only got me selected in this program. It was a 2 year long journey of this program. It was not easy, very children there for me.
Right. And
Uh,
on your certifications, I know you have completed, as you were saying, a couple of papers and you've done your certifications. So is that an easy thing? I know you were saying it is difficult and about learning about different parts, because people think, at least like a lot of people like us, think yoga is like just go weekend, stretch, and then just come back. Is that it? Or is there more to it?
No, no, it is definitely not just stretching, just breathing, just having a yoga nidra. No, it's much beyond that. It's linking the mind, body, and breath. It's a tool, it's a triangular formation. A conscious, mindful effort is yoga.
Mm.
Simply moving the arm, moving the legs is it's an exercise. That's why we don't call yoga is a practice while
Mm.
others are exercise.
Ah, I understand. Let's just hear from our audience. I hope they are able to participate if they are on their laptop. What do you think you can get by practicing yoga? Or like, by what is your purpose of yoga? If people are on laptop and are able to see these things, go ahead and give us your choice. I understand if you are on your mobile, it might be difficult to give your option. You can like maybe give us a shout out later on it. But whatever your thought process, just let me just give a few more seconds if anyone can actually hit it. All right. All right, let's just go ahead because I guess people have joined on their mobile and it's difficult for them to participate in that. But I know, as I had said, like people go to yoga for different reasons. Like some people just want to kind of get away from pains and aches, or some people just want to kind of get. I want to get fit, so I think yoga is the more easy thing. So people have different ideas, and you were saying it's not that; it's more of a like combination of different things. So how do you like talk to people and let them give them a good introduction about yoga? What will be your introduction to yoga to general audience, and Tell us about your teaching career there and the challenges you face.
Uh, See, uh, I do get calls from many of my friends or acquaintances saying, "Ma'am, I want to join yoga. I want to lose weight." So first, I would first try to understand the no problem, where the issue is at the body level, or if it is a body level, automatically the mind level is affected. Obviously, the breath level is also disturbed. Okay, so first, anybody who comes to me, we first work on the mind level. First, keep yourself calm. Let's try to keep ourselves calm. Calm is not getting into any meditative posture. Clog, the unclogged mind. No, you have to clear the clogged mind. Make it free. If there are 30 thoughts that are going on, just try to focus on five, four to your capacity. Let's make small short-term goals and start moving. First, let's target the short-term goals, try to achieve them, then push on to long-term goals. Generally, what happens now is yoga has become more like become a fitness hit program. HIIT. It becomes that. It has become that way. No, that is, it's a conscious involvement that I keep repeating. It's a mindful involvement. When I raise my arms up, what is happening? I should consciously, my lungs are expanding upwards, downwards, sideways. So I should consciously inhale and do the movement. When I bring my arm down, I should exhale and do the movement. When the breath and the body is involved, automatically the mind says, "Yes, I'm mindful in doing my practice." I repeat here again, we consciously use the word practice. It's not an exercise. Again.
Totally, totally. I think, a lot of our viewers and even people who are going to watch this video later are going to get a lot of information on, because yoga has been used, as you rightly said, totally with fitness regimes, with exercise, with a cool thing to do to say that, oh, I'm doing yoga. So people have been using it for all different ways, and I think there is so much more to it, and I'm sure this is going to be an eye opener for them. And when you were teaching, yoga, how did this whole, what to say, with the COVID and the pandemic? Because I think, is this a thing which was very easy to transform to an online kind of a thing? How difficult, easy, or challenging it
No,
was?
no, it's not easy at all. Even if it is offline or online, especially the system or the place I have learned or I follow.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, एक guru, एक उपदेश, एक format. That is, let's try to stick on to one format of yoga. Let's not do multiple schools of yoga. That's not going to help. There's going to be a utter confusion. So let's try to, we always tell you join anybody. We don't say come join Ramya's therapy. No, I don't do that. uh, Join whichever school of yoga you're following. Try to follow that only. Don't jump, do 1 month of this, 1 month of that. No, no, this is, it's something like, going to every doctor and trying to find out what the problem is. That's how now the industry is. So no, that doesn't work. That is first primary challenge. Next challenge I face, or many of the yoga therapists and instructors faces, the students try to check the, or the care seeker rather, try to check the knowledge of the yoga therapist or the yoga instructor. Ma'am, now I did 10 rounds of forward bend. So will my belly fat reduce? No, it doesn't work that way. So probably the person has a strong, no, very tight shoulders. For him or her, doing a forward bend is going to increase the pain.
Mm.
So I can't randomly give somebody, you do a forward bend, reduce your belly fat, you become very slim and beautiful. No, it doesn't work that way. So that is the second challenge that I face. Then many face rather. When it's a group class, there are ranges of people, that is with different physical ability, rather capacity. Five may have a very good breathing capacity. The others may not have a capacity at all to breathe. For them, doing 10 forward bends is going to palpate. So that is the next. So, but seeing the next person doing it, they get over enthusiastic and they start doing. Then the next class they come out telling, "I have a very bad ache. I had so muscles." That's the other problem we face in a group class. While in a one-to-one session, it doesn't happen largely that way. So that becomes more of a focused class, rather. Sometimes it even turns to a therapy class. The format changes. Then COVID came as a challenge for many of us. I don't know. I think most of the people in and around got affected with COVID. So immediate problem that struck them was a lung capacity. Immediately, their lung capacity got reduced. And there could be lots of weight gain cases also that we could see. And we really could not attend to the people formally, I mean, personally, rather offline, we could not meet them. Then came this online format. Then they would have umpty number of doubts. என் பிபி என்னோட பிபி இவ்வளோ இருந்தது, என் பல்ஸ் ரேட் இவ்வளோ இருந்தது, என்னோட சேச்சுரேஷன் இப்படி இருக்கு, என்னால கபாலபாதி பண்ணா சரியாயிடும் யூடியூப்ல சொல்றா. ஆல் தட் வில் கம். Kapalabhati randomly you can't do. Every person can't do a Kapalabhati. It all depends on whether you are a hypertensive person or you're a normal person. You have a reflex or you don't have a reflex. You have a bloating issue. You don't have a bloating issue. That's why it has to be you. You don't. We don't have a, as a yoga instructor or as a yoga therapist. I do not have a right to do ahimsa. I mean himsa to the other person. That's one of the eighth limb. One of the eighth limb is ahimsa. I have no right to injure my caretaker or my student at any cost. Even if it doesn't do any good for them, I cannot injure their back or their any part of their body. Is what another conscious attempt that we take as the students of this place, this KYM. We're very conscious about that. So that was another challenge. And the senior citizens, for them, technology was a huge challenge for them. They put keep switching on the video, switching off the video. I mean, poor thing for our generation itself, it was a big challenge. And this volume button, they'll switch on, they'll press both the upper no, volume up and the power also, so it will become a snapshot. So all this seems to be a challenge. Then we thought, and we tell them we as a therapist, what we do is, we don't give them 20 asanas. We don't give them n number of asanas, just 4 5 portions with few breathing exercise. Do this, keep doing it, get back to us, is how we started approaching them later. One of the biggest challenge was to improve their lung capacity.
Totally, totally. I think, like, I was more thinking of the Zoom sessions and your difficulty there, but you brought out a very important part where COVID impacted your care seekers or students, that lung capacity. Yes, it did a big damage to it. Some could feel it, some don't feel it immediately, but yes, the effects of it stick together. And I think your experience kind of is totally on par with any person who has moved to the Zoom part in terms of technology challenges. Uh, it's funny sometimes, but it is, like, very challenging and frustrating, because a person who's well versed in a different field, suddenly, just because it is like on Zoom or on, they're expected to know a lot of connectivity and things like that. It is a little bit frustrating, but people have kind of scaled up in that, because after the pandemic, people have done a lot of change in that. And I know children were the more, the people who have like adapted. They are very quick learners. They are, very good people who can adapt technology faster. And you have worked a lot with children. So tell us about your experience with children, and in general, what is impact of yoga in children, like early stages when they kind of practice yoga and this, how does it shape them as a person?
um, uh, yes, Anu, yoga does a lot of good for the children. See, first thing is a belief. Okay, that belief should be very strongly inculcated in the child, very from a very young age. Is my personal thought towards yoga or any system for that case. I think our grandparents or our parents themselves would say, be conscious of your actions. Where a format they used to be very careful about it also. Now, this Gen 2K, rather, they call themselves, for them, bringing them into a system of faith itself has become a big question, very big question. At the place of my work, I was handling children of age from 7 years and up till I think 14, 15 years. It was largely a group session. And in my system of yoga, I also incorporate chant as a very important medium of doing uh, the asanas. So chant brings a lot of impact, a lot of positive change in a child. uh, Chant anything, be it Ram or be it Ma, Ra, Ri. These sounds bring a lot of change in a child. A forward bend while exhaling, I chant Ra and I forward. The Ra should be very subtle. When I do that, it brings a lot of relaxation in the child. The focus improves in a child. And more importantly, the children were forced to sit at home during COVID, 2 long years. They were at home. There were many cases who could not handle such situations at all. So for them, I had to deal with them in a very no counseling. We had to give yoga counseling also for those children. That was a big challenge because I myself had my children at home.
Mm.
So that's not very easy to handle children in the field of yoga is not very easy. The main focus for children for children would be do it with utmost focus. Every parent would come and tell, ma'am, they are not focusing on their studies. There is very less focus. They are not able to hold on to what they are reading. So that way, this yoga could bring them lot of memory no gain. They could gain a lot of resilience through this method, this system of yoga.
Excellent. I think you have, answered one of the major questions or major concern that most parents have focused. Because this time and age when the distractions, kids are naturally, easily distractible. Anything which is exciting, new and fun. But this time and age, they have so many such things readily available. Be it from screens to, screens in all different sizes and shapes, and games, and so everything is like, their attention span is very, very difficult. And I think addressing that in children will take it a long way, of course, with their mental and physical fitness and all those things. But I think the attention span, I'm sure a lot of kids will benefit if that part is kind of handled on that.
It's not easy. It's not very easy with children, because for them, doing this itself is a very. It is for them. For most of the children, it's a punishment. Rather, they consider it as a punishment only. Ayo, yoga, va. But slow and steadily, you will see a lot of improvement in their behavior pattern, in their focus towards their work, be it studies, be it music, be it art, anything. You will feel a lot of change in their work towards their studies and art or whatever it is. And also, you will feel the breath capacity and energy level slowly and steadily improving.
Right, right. Yes, yes. I think, most people don't understand this. They always think, okay, they'll become physically fit, they'll be more responsive, but they don't understand these kind of benefits that, we are practicing yoga, and that too kind of adopting to yoga at an early stage will set them up in a good way in terms of having better energy, better breathing capacity. And I'm sure, as you rightly said, they could choose to use that energy and focus in any field of their life, whatever they want to excel at, be it like
Yeah.
studies, sports, or anything in that thing. Considering, on the same thought, we've heard a lot about, we have conflicting inner and outer worlds, and there is like these connecting zones, and how do they help strike a balance, and what is the role of zen in this?
um, Zen can be a very good medium in connecting this, especially it's more easier for people, for any age across to connect, I think.
Mhm. So, can you tell us a little bit more on these, like, connecting zones or Zen? Because these are all like terminologies we have heard. Most of us are not aware of what it actually means, or like, what is it? People say, okay, I go into a Zen state, but that is not just, it's not just a kind of like I'm in a happy state kind of a thing, right? It's something beyond that. So, what, according to you, it is, and a little bit more light on that.
You want me to tell what according to me is the state of Zen?
Yeah, maybe what.
See, Zen is what to say, like what a Ramana says, this is me, and I don't know what is that. So it is something like that, you know. It's a state where no activity of mind takes place.
Wow,
It is
wow.
not even mindfulness. There is no mind in that state. The chitta, the mind, doesn't act at all. The five states of the mind that we say doesn't act at all. It is a state of stillness,
Excellent.
complete stillness. But it's not easy. It is not easy at all. Uh, First, let's try to know. That's what we say. Count 30 to 1, 1 to 30. This 30, 1 minute. Focus what are the activities of I'm sorry, focus what are the activities of your mind is the first step towards this. Then next, reduce the activities to a much smaller level. Next state is just hold on to what you want, negate what you don't want. Next state is be mindful of what you have held on to. Next is detach yourself completely from it. This detaching doesn't come to children or with young people, or it takes a time, it takes a long time. And for me, holding on to the state of positivity itself is zen for children, for any age that way. There is no chaos in the mind, there is no anxiety, there is no oppression, depression, no such questions arise.
Excellent, excellent. So, I think people just kind of loosely use that term being in Zen state when, as you rightly explained to us and you kind of brought it to light, saying that it's not an easy thing. If it was like there is a lot of, what to say, emotions and thoughts that must be controlled, and then come to a state of blankness, and where we are like, it's not like, okay, I'm going to just keep thinking of one thing, but also not think of anything. And yes, that's a long way to go, and I think that's something which should come with a lot of practice and going in this direction. At this point, I just also wanted to kind of go to your what to say, as you kind of progress in this, what is your future aspirations, and what are you looking forward to doing in terms of personal professional growth?
uh, so one important aspect which I am doing currently now is I teach children for government schools.
Okay. Hmm.
Um, when I say government schools, there are children across the boundaries, across levels of income, levels of economy. First thing that I would like to help, and I love to do, and one project I thoroughly go and love doing is the yoga for the underprivileged children. I want to take it all across, all across the states, the different zones also if possible, which our mandiram is helping us across in this project. Next is I would my greatest dream project is I want to open a yoga studio and a therapy center as well. Uh, and also Ayurveda cafe. I was telling my mentor, my friend, recently also, this is my dream. And since my son is a musician as well, I want to have a studio, music studio as well as in one complex. The ground floor is Ayurveda cafe. The first floor is my yoga studio, and whatever, how many ever floors are there, it will be a music studio. I mean, studio for my son. So I'm telling him, he's learning entrepreneurship. So I've been telling him, I'm putting the bija, the seed in him. Let's become entrepreneurs.
Excellent. Excellent. I know that's so nice that you want to kind of combine their passion, and it shows that you're all like, kind of supporting each other and helping, what to say, helping out each other in their own passion and driving it together. And it will be great if you can set up something like that and help children, specifically your project on helping underprivileged children. Um, Yes, because a lot of things people only look for basics when they want to kind of help out. They say, okay, first go for food, clothing, and maybe now education. But this is something which kind of shapes them in terms of controlling their mind and getting more energy and focus. I think that's going to set them up in a very nice way, and your project on that is going to help them in a big, big way. As we're talking about your, like, you want to set this up as a studio and career, are there any interesting stories or that you want to say, any one or two tidbits on, like, what is about, like, your students or anything like that when they learn yoga, and any challenges that you faced and you kind of overcome, any
Yeah,
story?
definitely. Every day I have a challenge. Every day I have a challenge, especially when I am dealing with children. Now I do a part-time yoga for a school, a CBSE, a very esteemed, prestigious a school, Sadhikni Vidyalaya. So there are lots of children, no? So every children is unique in its own way. So dealing with them, and I get to one child just comes and tell me, "Ma'am, let's do relaxation alone, ma'am, today." So, and one child will come up telling, "Ma'am, let's do Surya Namaskar today." It really gives me lots of energy, ma'am. And other child comes and telling me, "Ma'am, I've asked my mother to enroll me into a formal yoga class." So these things are really, very that what to say. I give a tap on my shoulder. Yes, yes, you're doing something good.
Yes, totally, totally. When kids kind of come up and say those things, and, like, of course, that's definitely shows that they are very interested, and you have been able to.
Yeah, yeah. It's not only children. When I go for one-to-one class, when my student or the caretaker just say, I after this session, I feel very relaxed. My
Mhm.
I could focus better on my throat, or my I could breathe better. My vocal cord is better because I teach a couple of my friends who are musicians also. So when they say that, I feel yes, I'm going on the right track. No, I'm helping them. So I get to know more. So I work on the course. When I go for the next class, I don't randomly get into a class. I have a plan. I go for them. So okay, how can I take them to the next step? Is how I try to approach it. No, it just you don't go randomly sit in a class. Then the productivity is lost. So that way, I think it really keeps me happy. Self happiness as well as keeping the other no happy is it's a very big thing. And I come and share this with my son, my family, my friends. Inikit Nanda, I'm so happy.
Yes, that kind of like, it's like that is, I think most of us. I'm sorry. Yeah, no problem.
One moment.
Right. Most of us, like, working with people interacting businesses or careers or like teachers and anyone who interacts, that kind of a quick validation gives us a lot of contentment and motivates us to do more as well because it's like, you wait for your manager to do an appraisal and then give you the feedback. Instead of that, you get that instant feedback on someone's face when they love, when they do something better, and when they come back and tell you that is fantastic. Before we go to the next thing, I want to say our viewers, if you have any questions that you want to ask Ramya, you can put it up in the chat or in the questions tab. I would, we'll get to the question and answer section, and I can ask them for you, or just say hi to us. We are more excited to see. As I was just saying, instant validation helps us also do our job better. So, yeah, we want to hear from you in the chat thing. So, just to, like, before we kind of wrap it up and things like that, what according to you, like, and I know you've explained this, but just to say, is yoga a part of life or is it a way of life? What would you say and why? Mhm.
Yoga is a discipline, a very a favorite word of mine. Yoga is a discipline. It's a union. Okay, it's a union. The very word yoga means yuj. The term, the root word is yuj, meaning union. Union of what? The mind, body, and breath. A conscious attempt to everything. What you speak, kaya, vacha, manasa, all the three components. Like we say, no, the three monkeys, hear no bad, see no bad, talk no bad. It's more
Right.
like that. So it should be a way of life. So disciplining the self, disciplining every way. There is a very famous quote. Upanishad says, "Chale vate, chale chittam." That is, the vata keeps moving. The mind also keeps moving. It keeps moving. You just see, observe when the body is still. That's why during breathing exercise, during pranayama, the body, we try to control the movement of the body. Then only the mind becomes focused. And
Right.
it also says what you eat is what you are. I think recently Rajnikant also quoted that in his jailer no, music show. I mean, the release show. What you eat is what you are. I know if we quote Rajnikant, people will listen and to him better rather than Ramya quoting. So what you eat is what you are. So it's a discipline. It's a way of life, according to me. It's not a part of life. It should be first. Maybe it's a part of life. Slow and steadily, with consistency, it becomes a way of life.
Awesome. That's a very good approach as you went because I know whether Ramya or Rajni, whoever says that, I think we have to take it. Yes, I think it's a way of life, but as you rightly said that when you say it should be a way of life, people immediately say, "Oh, I'm not there. I can't get that." But as you said, it could start with a part of life and then become a way of life, and I'm sure that's going to inspire a lot of people to get started and do it because if you say you have to change your life, people are going to be a little bit hesitant. But if they can inculcate it in a bits and then transform, awesome. Great, great, great. That is so nicely and well said. Let's see if we have any questions from the people. Let me just check my chat and my questions. Yeah, people are saying everything is getting covered. They got all their questions answered. But when you talked about food and yoga, so that was the one thing which even I have, like, when I was talking about this to another person, they were also asking this question. So what is your take on it? Like you said, what we eat is what we are. Is there anything, anything more you want to add on that food and yoga?
See, as I said, when we did a program, therapy program, I'm doing my therapy program, and as well as when I did this training program, Ayurveda was a core topic for us. Uh, so they are very we are very conscious. You want your body to be very subtle. You want it to be light, langanam. You want it to listen. The body should listen to what you say. To bring that mode of state, I think we have to be very conscious on what we eat.
Right.
Let the food be sattvic to the maximum extent possible. You can take a cheat day definitely, but largely sattvic food will help us uh, help yoga be a way of life rather than a part of life.
So what do you want to, oh, yeah, that is, I think I'm sure, like, we got that in terms of what to say, that you eat right, you get other things also right. So, yes, that's so much in line with what you were saying that you,
Just for example, it's not generalized. I don't want to generalize this again. You eat more of spicy food, you become very rajasic. Your guna become very rajasic.
right,
You always eat some curd food or with no salt, with no nothing. You become very tamasic.
right,
No,
right.
when we eat balanced food, a little of salt, little of spice, little of everything together, a balanced food, then I think we take dominate on the sattva guna. We have three gunas in us: sattva, rajas, and tamas. We sleep, we become tamas. We are in the state of tamasic mode. When we are very angry, when we are very moving fast, when our actions are, for example, when we are cooking, we are in a state of rajasic, but that rajas should also have a sattva in it.
Mhm.
Shouting and cooking becomes rajasic dominating and sattva less. So, the way we balance the guna also plays a very important role. That's why I say let the food be very balanced. Let's try to have a balanced food. Let's have a cheat day. Let's have a practice. Nairantaryam. Anything should be consistent. A consistent practice, a consistent food rigid, a consistent discipline of life can actually take us, mellow down to a very, 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 very large level.
Excellent, excellent. So it's like, a balanced meal. Everything in balance is more important rather than. So it's not just that. Okay, just go easy on spice. Only eat bland food, but a good mixture of everything, and also not making it so strict. And I think having a cheat day would have made people feel a little bit more interested in
They,
trying.
they would not exit from this forum.
Totally there. That's awesome. Another question that's come up is like. What do you say for competitors in terms of, like, I know there is so many different schools, so many different approaches, and you started out saying that you want people to stick to their one thing whatever they start. So how do you handle competitors, or is it healthy? What do you say about it?
I don't look anybody as a competition at all.
Hmm. Hmm.
You want to take my students? I'm happy you take them. You also
Excellent.
have a feel of it. Let the student have a feel of it. Let them decide which is good for them. We don't. I never say don't go to that school. Don't go to this school. I only tell them whichever school of yoga you are continuing, stick on to it.
Mm.
That's
That's
it. Why should we even think somebody as a competition?
right.
Whatever has to come to you will come to you.
That's so well said. I don't know if, like, all teachers, if they are like you, I'm sure it's going to be a lot better place where people are like trying to just do their thing well instead of like trying to fight
I,
the
I don't want to run a yoga fitness studio. I only want to have
competition.
a yoga wellness studio.
Wow. Okay, that kind of definitely makes a difference. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent, excellent. And the next question that I have here is this sudden awareness in the nationwide, in terms of, like, now everyone is talking about. yoga, and we have this as a national program.
Sorry,
And
sorry, I'm having a bad cold. I'm sorry.
uh,
Yeah, please tell.
so people, like, there's a lot of awareness now in terms of, like, people have people talk about yoga in the national level, like people trying to do that. Do you see that as a very positive stage, or do you think that it's diluting the essence of yoga?
No, 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 definitely not. The whatever the initiative taken by the government or the globe across is definitely a welcoming approach. People have become conscious of their actions.
Hmm.
The common word everybody now use is karma. So yeah, anything you do, or your karma will play its role. This is what they say. At least people have become conscious of that word. People have become conscious of what they eat. So lots of food industry is developed. People are very conscious of very their fitness level. Lots of fitness studios or classes have come up, cropped up. I mean,
Right.
it's improving the economy as well. And there are many levels of certification introduced by the various global yoga centers, global Ayush ministry as well. It's very good. It's a welcoming approach. Definitely, it's a welcoming approach. It's definitely not diluting. Again, you have to be conscious. I repeat, you can't injure a person who's come to you. Even if
Mm.
we do good for them, let's not injure them. Is the one conscious thought we should always hold on to it.
Excellent, excellent. I'm glad that this awareness has helped, and I'm glad that it's bringing a positive consciousness to people, and they understand the effect of karma, and people are kind of reacting in a positive way to it. And I'm so glad you see it like that. Um, I think those were the questions that I had. Anything else that you would like to share with us before we kind of bring the session to a close? What is the one thing that you would tell us going forward, like anything like that?
Um, I'm basically very happy to have connected with you through this platform. Uh,
Mhm.
I think everyone should take some kind of a practice in their daily life. Consciously spend some me time for them. Any form of, let it be an art, let it be music, let it be yoga, let it be even cooking, baking. As I saw one of his friends also speaking, one of the interviews last week. That itself is, according to me, yoga. Chanting is yoga. Anything, no, Nairantarin, consistent, anything that has a Ishvara Pranidhana, anything that has a Svadhyaya is very important for itself. Let's have a discipline for the sense of, let's go ahead towards it. Let's not have any competition. Let's not have any grudge, jealousy towards anybody. Drop it then and there. First responsibility is towards the family. Uh, Next responsibility, let's take it one step to the society, and next let's take it as a world at large. Let's see how the supreme helps us in this process.
So well said and well put, Ramya. Thank you so much for your time, and, like, how you have walked us through your journey, and how, as a you kind of generalized it in the end, saying that follow your passion, whatever in field it is, that's yoga to you. I think that's a very, very powerful message to all our viewers and people who are going to be watching this video going forward, that yoga is not one thing, but it is, as you said, a discipline. It is a way of life, and however you choose to express it, it is a positive thing if you can consciously take that effort and do it.
Yeah, I
Thank
just
you.
want to add one last thing to what I said. The sangha, what we have, the friends, the society, the satsanga that in we say, that's very important. For us, the energy level that sangha gives us takes us a way, way, way ahead in a very positive way. be it my in-laws, be it my parents, be it my mentor, be it my friends, my children. They all have shared a very, 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 very positive energy with me. I think everybody should have such a positive satsang always. Satsang is not simply going for a bhajan and a chant. It's not that. The positive association with people around makes a lot of positive change in oneself. So I think that is also very important, and that has helped me reinvent myself in the path of yoga. Actually,
Wow, that's a very good closing statement. That family, friends, and satsanga, as you say, surrounded by people who are all like uh, encouraging and who are helping us in our process is been very beneficial for you to reinvent yourself. I hope all our viewers and readers and people who watch this have that kind of supporting group of friends who can help them achieve their journey. And big thank you to all our friends. I know we share a lot of common friends, and a lot of people have already told us say hi to us in their show. So I'm going to do that. Thanks a lot to the whole Hindu school group of our,
yeah, a big hi to all of you. They've all seen me as only a very talkative Ramya and commonly called mommy in the group, but this is different me.
yeah, and I'm sure that thank you so much. So you guys are all our support, and of course Ramya's family and friends and mentors. Great job, and I hope like we kind of meet you again with more interesting stories as you kind of move through in your future plans and help more people in this journey. Thank you so much, Ramya, for your time. Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Shiva. Thank you so much for having me in this topic.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Bye.